Home team always won. Well, something happened this year. The Utah Jazz came to Portland and they won on a Kelly Tripucka three-pointer at the buzzer, and that seemed to change the whole complex of the series. They were able to come back here and win again. Portland went there and won for the first time since 1983. So the Utah Jazz win the season series 4-1, and a lot of people here in Portland are very nervous about this series for the Trailblazers.
Well, I talked with Frank Layton, the Utah coach. He's not going to change anything. His team has run all year against the Portland team, and he says it's too late for him to change. I know you've been with the Portland club all year long. What do they plan to do?
Well, Portland would like to continue to run, so they want that up-tempo game, but what they'd like along with it is pressure. They want some more pressure on John Stockton, Thurl Bailey, and Karl Malone. Those guys are the big three of the Utah Jazz, and if you let Thurl Bailey and Malone post up and allow John Stockton all kinds of time to find them, you're in for a long night's work.
Tell you what, this place is already a frenzy with the pom-poms going. They've been sold out here for 11 consecutive years. An amazing success story. Should be a heck of a game. We'll have it for you momentarily, but right now let's switch it back to our studios in Atlanta and our colleague Craig. Here he's at the most assists ever, 1,128, averaging 19.1 assists a game, and Mark Eaton pulls down nearly 13 rebounds a game. And there's one of my dear friends, Frank Layton, the coach and general manager of the Utah team. The Portland club is being introduced now, and of course a frenzy here. Jerome Kersey starts. Kiki Vandeweghe comes off the bench. They're both playing well. Caldwell Jones doesn't score at all, but he rebounds and plays defense. Kevin Duckworth is a story we will explore as this game goes on. Because of the greatness of Clyde Drexler, you don't hear much about Terry Porter, but he's a good player, and Mike Schuler has done a very good job here. You see that playoff record. They got surprised last year in a series in which they were favored against Houston. And they want to make sure that such a thing doesn't happen to them again tonight.
Well, Schuler certainly wants to make amends for that first-round effort a year ago. He thought he had all of the bases covered. Their fear is that the Utah Jazz are a bigger team. That's what the Houston Rockets were a year ago. But I think that they've got a tempo and the type of team that they can defeat if they play their ball game.
One problem that Portland has, and I just say this as an outsider, but when you're the only major league professional game in town, all the focus, all the interest is on you, and that gives the second guessers a chance to have a field day. And there's some of that about Kiki Vandeweghe coming off the bench and Jerome Kersey starting, but Kersey's had a heck of a year.
Well, Kersey's had a tremendous season, and what has happened because of the injuries, Portland really has seen their team develop to perhaps a greater level at this point in the season than they would have at any other time. Duckworth was not playing. Kersey probably would not have seen the kind of minutes and game production because of Vandeweghe's presence, and that's made them a deeper and a better team.
Let's take a look at the officials assigned to this game by the National Basketball Association. Mike Mathis, Jess Kersey will call the game. Kersey on the left, Mathis on the right, and then the center is the alternate official, Blaine Reichelt. And take a good look at that shot of three officials, because starting next year there won't be an alternate. You'll have three working each and every NBA game. The finals tonight, I'm sure Craig and Mike Fratello told you. Chicago beat Cleveland 104-93. Detroit 96, Washington 87, and now with 4 minutes left, Dallas by 11 over Houston 105-94. Tomorrow night, Pete Van Weer and Don Nelson will be at the Boston Garden, where the Knicks and Celtics will get together. And Steve and I will be down the coast in Los Angeles at the Forum, where San Antonio will try to stage a huge upset against the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, this place is up for grabs, and here we go, and we sincerely hope that you'll enjoy it. Jess Kersey will toss it. Caldwell Jones, Mark Eaton will jump it. And a whistle. They say that Jones stole the tip and the ball will go to Utah. Karl Malone will inbound it.
Well, we've said it 1,000 times. The toughest job for the officials is throwing that jump ball.
Terry Porter has a big responsibility tonight trying to bother Stockton. He bothered him there. Good defensive job. Stockton in desperation threw up a prayer. Malone got the rebound, and it's stolen away. Jerome Kersey. Clyde Drexler. Terry Porter.
They're going to get a reset on the shot clock, but what we have seen right there is what Portland would hope to do at the defensive end. Tremendous pressure on the ball handler, John Stockton, and hope that they can create a turnover with the finishers, Drexler and Kersey, at the other end.
Boy, the noise here is tough to deal with, I'm sure. You can't hear it. Drexler missed it. He'll shoot two. Hanson the foul.
Well, this is what made Blazer Mania. When they have this kind of noise in here, you're really talking about a home court advantage.
I don't guess these folks yell any louder than they do in other arenas. It just, because of the acoustics of the building, it seems like there are 50,000 people here when they're really around 11.
Skip, the noisiest arena, I think, in the NBA is the Chicago Stadium.
Yeah.
And I think when Portland and Chicago played in that series in which Portland won the championship, that born Blazer Mania, all kinds of noise reverberating from both places.
Stockton heads to the front court. Porter dogs him. Great pass. Hanson, the open jump. Got it. There's assist number 1 for Stockton. It's a 2-2 game. Porter up the floor. Stockton plays him at the other end. Kersey against Mark Ivoroni. Caldwell Jones against Karl Malone. Drexler knocked away by Hanson. Gets it back. 7 on the shot clock. Kevin Duckworth. 2 on the shot clock. Drexler. The bank won't go as they battle for the rebound. A foul on Duckworth.
Both teams a little bit nervous and have not settled down. Duckworth picks up that personal foul, and Portland did not want to see him get in foul trouble early in this game tonight. Porter plays Stockton again. Karl Malone is double teamed. Hanson for 3. No. Rebound, Caldwell Jones. Terry Porter. Good play by Hanson. He stole it but stepped on the line. Loused up the fast break in any event. An example of Portland's game plan that last time down. They're going to leave Bob Hanson to allow Clyde Drexler to double up.
Good look. Drexler again. It's 4-2. Portland has the lead. Utah the ball. Stockton has it taken away by Porter. To Kersey, beautifully done. Porter is playing Stockton all over the floor. Well, that's the way you have to play John Stockton and keep pressure on him and make it difficult to see inside, and that's what they've had so far. Hanson, they play him very loose. Foul on Ivoroni. And so far, Mike Schuler's game plan is working like a charm. Well, they've looked at enough film and they found out if they had some pressure on Stockton, it would be a tougher time for him. This is when Portland's at their best, and Kersey's over the top with 2 hands. And Thurl Bailey about to check in, another offensive weapon for Utah. Drexler almost walked. Kersey's jump shot. 8-2. Kersey and Drexler have divided the points. Stockton against Porter. Timeout, Utah, and look at this crowd. They're on their feet. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left, first quarter. Already a 6-point Portland lead. So good. He's kept Stockton under control, but a long way to go. We've played 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Well, you know what they do in prison. They always have guards, and somebody is always shadowing you to make sure that you checked in. And right now, that's what Terry Porter is trying to do with John Stockton. As we listen, you'll know that it's very difficult to shut down a player like John Stockton because he dominates the ball so much for the Utah Jazz. All you can do is make him earn everything he gets and maybe tire him out as the game goes along. With a minute remaining, Dallas leads Houston 113-104, so 3 of the winners are decided in the first night of playoff action. It's going to be Dallas. It's been Detroit and Chicago. Tomorrow night at 8:05, Pete Van Weer, Don Nelson. We'll have New York at Boston. Steve and I will follow with San Antonio at the Forum and against the Lakers.
Now you take a look at Maurice Lucas, and certainly Lucas is going to play a big role in this series. He is pumped and ready to go. But in almost 3 minutes of play, Skip, they've managed to keep the ball away from who? Karl Malone. In another ball games we've seen Malone play, he has dominated the early going. So the Jazz undoubtedly are going to try to find Karl Malone in this series.
Thurl Bailey has checked in. Here's Stockton against Porter. Big Mark Eaton. That makes it 8-4. Jerome Kersey goes to work. Kevin Duckworth by Eaton.
Yeah, you know why they like you.
He's an amazing story, that kid. Stockton. Bailey. Eaton. Got it right back.
2 different kinds of dunks. One with power and authority and the other on tiptoe.
Kersey misses. Stockton in the open floor, but there's Porter. Thurl Bailey. Utah moves to within a basket. Here comes Terry Porter. Porter finds Drexler down low. It's Duckworth against the double team. It won't go. Karl Malone handles the ball for the second time all night. That's his third, and he almost scored a 3-point play. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Watch this good move by Kevin Duckworth.
Well, what Duckworth demonstrates in this play is tremendous quickness for a guy his size, and then with great authority at the end, he hammers that one home.
Caldwell Jones committed the foul. Malone is on the board. He averaged 28 in the regular season, shot 52%, averaged 34 against Portland. The game is tied with 7:45 left, quarter number 1.
Now the Jazz show some pressure, and whenever they've done this, Portland has an attack. They do that time, and Kersey gets 2.
And he gets it from the big pivot man, Kevin Duckworth. Steve Johnson may be the Wally Pipp of the NBA.
Yeah, it'll be 2,000 games before he gets his job back.
Stockton tried to draw a charge, could not. Kersey from Porter. Kersey has 8. It's 14-10.
Well, that's the rest of that's what Portland does so well, and the rest of the league does not want them to get involved in a transition game. Bailey from outside.
He has 4 off the bench. It's a 2-point Portland game with 6:52 left first quarter. Stockton with the steal to Hansen. He's got a 2-on-1 to Stockton. Nicely done. Malone almost had a steal. Duckworth from 13, shot at 12. Eaton is fouled by Kersey. His first 13. As big as Duckworth is, he is dwarfed by Mark Eaton. That's amazing to see him look sort of small.
Whenever Mark Eaton comes to town, it really tells you how big a man he is, because he always makes the opposing center smaller. Good drive, John Stockton.
Great move, his second move. For the first time tonight, Utah has the lead. Terry Porter tries to change it. At 16 with 6:10 left first quarter.
The pressure on John Stockton. He's still able to bump Thurl Bailey, and he gets a foul against Kersey.
That's his second. That could be a big item in the game. check it. It's the first foul on Kersey. My mistake.
Well, the last foul down there they gave to Clyde Drexler, and they give this one to Jerome Kersey. But Thurl Bailey is a guy last year that was a candidate for the six-man award and was beat by Ricky Pierce. This year he's improved, and really is more important, his average is up. I voted for him as six-man of the year, but a lot of people are pushing toward Roy Tarpley.
He makes one of the two and has 5. Terry Porter with play instructions as he heads up the floor. This is Drexler. Loose ball foul against Utah and John Stockton.
First personal foul, John Stockton.
His first. 5:43 left in the quarter.
What we have seen so far in this game is a very hard and clean game, and that's sort of unusual in playoff situations.
It's early. Drexler nowhere near. Rebound, Caldwell Jones off the deck. They start over. Good pick by Duckworth. Porter gets the drive. He's off to a great start. Stockton up the floor with play instruction. Porter is doing a good job. Stockton broke away, missed the shot. Duckworth the rebound. Porter down the middle. Eaton got a piece of that. It's out of bounds, belongs to Utah.
Well, that's the value of Eaton. He takes up so much space, and even though Porter was by, just reached back and knocked that one away. Portland comes away dry.
4:50 left, first quarter. Hansen, bounce pass, Malone. He'll shoot two. Oh, offensive foul, Malone. That's his first.
Well, you wonder if players see this before coaches do. Mike Schuler's yelling post up. They all surround Karl Malone. You see that right arm come out as he tried for the left-handed hook.
Portland by 1 and with the ball. 4.5 minutes left, first quarter. Drexler has it stripped away by Bailey. Stockton. Malone.
A lot of shotguns being fired off around here, and that one by Karl Malone for 2.
We've got the rims mic'd, obviously, and they're putting them down with great enthusiasm in this game. Porter got away with a walk. Kersey leads all scores with 10.
Big first period for Jerome Kersey, and again, that shows his improved outside shooting. Jump shot. He screams for a foul, too. That's where Malone really showed something this year, being able to shoot the ball over the top. That's where you want to keep him, if at all possible.
Caldwell Jones, good pass, Drexler. When you're shooting layups and the other guy's shooting 20-footers, you like your chances. Malone faded, shot an air ball. Bailey tried to keep it alive. Terry Porter's been everywhere tonight. Kersey again. Eaton is decked. Kersey has 12.
Well, Eaton gets up real slow, like his ankle is bothering him some, but...
Yeah, he is hurting. Kersey is 6 out of 7. Hansen, the open jumper, it won't go. Duckworth the rebound. He brings it up like a guard.
Well, what they should try to do is find out exactly what the status is. They call an offensive foul against Clyde Drexler of Mark Eaton.
That's the second foul on Drexler. Mark Eaton limps to the Utah bench. 2:47 left, as you see. Portland by 3. Utah will have the ball when we return.
Ball play up in there. We've got a problem tonight.
He probably thinks I'm with the CIA because I saw him in Atlanta at the ball. He was at the baseball park on Sunday, and now here we both show up in Portland. But I assure you, sir, I'm not. 24-20. They wouldn't have me. 24-21 is the score. 2:41 left. in the first quarter. John Stockton has 5 assists. Terry Porter has 4. And Porter has done a good job on Stockton despite all those assists.
Well, Stockton goes out of the ball game for a quick breather, and Ricky Green comes in. Michael Holton will go out as well, but it's a different kind of a ball handler in Green, who's got tremendous foot speed and quickness, even though he's got a little bit more age on him.
Bailey gets the open jump, and Duckworth the rebound. Here comes Michael Holton. Caldwell Jones finds Duckworth, spin move, score it, and a foul on Mark Eaton. Second hoop for Duckworth. Boy, he should be an inspiration as you look at it again to all the kids who have been called in high school or college or even in the pros projects. That's what he was, and he's turned into a super player.
Well, the thing that he always had was the great soft touch with either hand and quick feet, and he's demonstrated that. But I don't think anybody really understood how badly he wanted to be a great NBA player. Bailey.
Nice soft touch. He's got 7 off the bench and leads Utah. 27-23 Portland is our score. We enter the 2-minute period. Caldwell Jones. Jerome Kersey. Not this time. Eaton the rebound. Green up the floor. We're in the 2-minute period. Bailey from way outside. It's a 2-point basket. They dared him and he took it. He's got 9. It's a 2-point game. 90 seconds left. First quarter. What Bailey has been able to do when you've been able to keep Malone out of the ball game is keep them close, and that's what he's done right now. Holton on the baseline, gives it up. Kersey gets inside. He's got 14. On a breakaway at the other end, the Jazz gets it right back.
Kofu got that one in an easy 2. What the play that they have not been able to stop, at least the guards, have been Drexler posting up, and whenever Portland has gotten in trouble, they've looked into him. They go to Duckworth for 2.
He just breezed by Mark Eaton again. 31-27 our score. Green drops it off. Malone tipped it back, won't go for it. Kersey the rebound. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Michael Holton with play instructions. 12 on the shot clock. Five on the shot clock. Kersey. He is cooking to get an awful lot of layups.
Well, he's got 16 in the period and been able to go by who's ever guarding him, and that's made a big difference for Portland here in that first period of play as they work for the last shot with Ricky Green.
Kofu, a three-pointer with 1 second left. The inbounds to Duckworth. That's good if it goes. It won't. So Bart Kofu gives Utah a boost just prior to the buzzer. But at the end of 1, Portland leads by 3. We'll be back to the Glass Palace right after this.
He has had a tremendous offensive first period, and he's done it with acrobatic drives, and that was number 16 for Jerome Kersey, and the Trailblazers had a big explosion from him, and he's part of the bright future for the Trailblazers along with Terry Porter and Kevin Duckworth.
Utah 59%, Portland 68% of the first quarter. Not many free throws shot. Both teams shooting it very well. But if it keeps going like this, Portland, I think, is going to win the game handily because they're shooting a lot of layups.
Well, Portland has been shooting a lot of layups, and I think the thing that Portland did in the first period that they wanted to do was keep the ball out of Karl Malone's hand and also make John Stockton work at the offensive end. Now, Porter is not in. John Stockton is in the ball game, and we'll see if that Holton-Porter matchup, Holton-Stockton matchup changes.
Clyde Drexler Gets Houghton the open jump, but he missed. Oh, great pass by Kofu, and Bailey gets the basket. So Bailey has 11, and it's a one-point game again. Kersey, Drexler. He's checked by Eaton and lost it out of bounds. Eaton just stood there, didn't jump into it. Now it's Houghton all over Stockton.
The thing that you want to do with Stockton is keep him on the sideline and use that sideline as an extra man. Malone.
He faded away as he shot it, thus he shot it long. Maurice Lucas is in the game and wants the ball. Michael Houghton. Good look inside.
At this point, Mark Eaton just has no answer for Kevin Duckworth, and he's been able to outquick him and then overpower him.
Stockton against Houghton. Bailey. Well, there's a little bit of an answer. A gorilla dunk.
Yeah, that was some authority that time, so maybe it was a little bit of anger by Mark Eaton as he answered back to make it a one-point game.
Houghton up the floor, 35-34 the score. Portland with the lead. Drexler, oh, he really got hit. No whistle. Now a foul. Drexler is on the floor and shot. Bailey is called for the foul, but watch Drexler.
Well, you see Drexler go through, and now they blow a technical as he takes a shot from Eaton with the hip, and he goes hard to the floor. He's out of the ball game. Jerry Seasting replaces.
Drexler got the tee. In a way, I don't blame him. He really got hammered. Stockton makes the free throw. Final Dallas 120, Houston 110.
In Drexler's case, he's wondering, did he get enough for his money? Kiki Vandeweghe in the ball game for the first time, replacing Kersey.
Boy, with Vandeweghe and Kersey, if they're both cooking, they have got some small forward position. Duckworth is 77% foul shooter, seeks his 10th point. 36-35 Portland. Utah with a hoop could take the lead. 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
Now when Vandeweghe comes in the ball game, they try to get the ball to throw Bailey deep. Malone misses short.
Jerry Seasting is checked in for Portland.
When they bring the ball for four and people Duckworth.
Seasting. Yeah. Malone at the other end, hit by Maurice Lucas. Malone will shoot too.
You'll see guards, they hook up, and they also have a little battle of their own, but Cheating has got something to say to Kofu. What nights either.
Malone has 7. He has missed his last 5 attempts from the field.
The thing that makes Karl Malone so dangerous, and even though he's struggling right now, he will rebound his own shot and run the floor like a guard and finish the play.
Terry Porter up the floor, 38-36 Portland. Seasting again. No. Stockton tips it to Malone. Stockton has it back. Kofu. He's been a big help in limited playing time. He has 7 points. He only averaged a point a game.
Well, that's an example of a player who didn't look like he was going to get involved offensively. Now he's got a couple of hoops and he's looking at the basket all night long.
Duckworth threw up a flare. Oh, what a pass. Malone missed it, and official, Mike Mathis. A great Stockton pass is wasted. Lucas.
When in doubt, shoot. There wasn't anybody formed in a passing lane, so he decided to give a little pump fake and throw it in. Technical foul, I think, against Karl Malone.
Well, I don't know what was said by either player, but you figure emotions to be a little high in a playoff game, don't you? And both players had a legitimate complaint, and both have gotten a technical. Porter misses the tee, and here's why he shot it.
You'll see John Stockton with the super pass inside. Now watch Lucas give a little hip. We saw that one before, didn't we? And so Drexler didn't get his call. Neither did Karl Malone. They both ended up with technicals. Portland has a 2-point advantage.
Stockton against Terry Porter. For Bailey, he's held by Vandeweghe.
First personal foul, Kiki Vandeweghe.
Thurl Bailey working real hard to get that position, and he gets a little hold from Kiki Vandeweghe, and the Jazz have the basketball.
Malone just can't get it going. He's missed 7 straight from the field. Knocked away from Duckworth by Kofor. Off Eaton. Portland still has it. 8 minutes left. First half.
A big reaction save by Maurice Lucas, so Portland will have 15 seconds to get it up and down.
Vandeweghe. Kofu, the rebound. He's been everywhere. Lead pass, beautifully done to Bailey. And they get an easy basket out of it. Boy, that Kofu has been terrific.
Everybody at Kearney State is saying that's our guy right now, and certainly he couldn't play a bigger role for them, and he's helped keep them in the ball game, and it's tied at 40.
7:32 left, first half. Vandeweghe forced it, missed it. Eaton the rebound. Here comes Stockton. Deflected away by Porter.
Well, a missed outside jumper will always be the first pass to a fast break. Bailey skies out of there and just goes right over the top of the defense for 2. Ivoroni in the ball game, Thurl Bailey out. That's a good trade-off for Portland because Bailey was cooking.
And Drexler gets Seasting for Portland. 7:22 till halftime. Malone score it and a foul. That's the worst shot he's taken. He had missed 7 in a row, and that one he made.
Well, that's just the strength of Karl Malone. 2 people on him as Lucas growls about the call, and you'll see him come back. Now, Duckworth will come down. He gets a little contact right there, off-balance jump hook, but it goes down.
He didn't hit him as hard as he did the last time, now. Malone converts the 3-point play. We like to help the officials whenever we can. 43-40 the score.
Well, they're waiting for the time they can get over here and help us.
They were discussing that with us prior to the game. Eaton the rebound. Vandeweghe can't get it. Oh, what a pass. And he missed the jam. Try again. He missed again. He gets another one, but he may have had to foul to do it, and he did. Everything bad happened to Utah on that play. Portland calls timeout with 6:55 remaining, and Frank Layden is going to try to calm down disconsolate Karl Malone. We'll be back. Well, there's Karl Malone, who on the The last series here came up with postage due. The mailman couldn't quite get it done. Boy, a great pass by Stockton. Look at this.
Well, even the bright young stars of the NBA sometimes dim, and there was a tremendous effort by Stockton and Malone. It doesn't connect. He comes back inside trying to power his way in. And again, maybe he's trying a little bit too hard. The foul over the top. And again, an excited Karl Malone reacts, but he does not fool around with the officials, knowing that he's got one technical. But you see the field goal percentage. You know Malone is going to continue to get a chance to shoot the ball, and eventually he's going to get the stroke going. Portland would hope that it stayed that way all night long.
That's an interesting point. Portland has to wonder, though. He's 3 out of 11, and Utah still leads by 3.
And you say if you're Frank Layton, Carl, if you have to shoot 50 tonight, then we'll get you the ball. You just keep playing the game.
That's the way you got to do it when a guy is one of your meal tickets. Caldwell Jones. Porter against Stockton. Caldwell sets the pick. Porter shoots the jump. .43-42, 6:30 remaining first half.
Right here, that's where they want to keep John Stockton under control, and he's hurt him so many times looking inside for Karl Malone.
Kofu finally missed one. Porter's got Drexler on the break. What a pass, what a shot.
That's what you want to keep out of Portland's game if you can. They play over the top as well as anybody. Drexler with the hammer.
Bailey is posted. They can't get him the ball yet against Vandeweghe. 4 on the shot clock. Stockton threw it away. The 24 seconds expired. Portland gets the ball.
You'll see the eyes of Terry Porter, and he makes contact with Drexler, who's as good as anybody at catching and hammering, and he throws that one down. First 2 of the period for Drexler.
And brilliant camera work, gentlemen. We appreciate it. Foul Eaton. His second. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Steve will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game. Too early to tell, but he's keeping close tabs on the action.
Well, they have been attacking Mark Eaton with Duckworth and Caldwell Jones. Whenever they've had him out high, they've given him a chance to go in penetration. That's going to get Mel Turpin in the ball game after the free throw.
Eaton goes out.
Well, that's 290 pounds going out, and it's 290 pounds coming in. So they're not going to lose anything in terms of weight. They certainly do lose a lot inside, but they regain a greater shooting touch with Turpin.
Mel looks like he might have been having dinner with Frank Layton every night. Farrell Bailey. Nope. Caldwell Jones the rebound. Those jump shots have suddenly gone away for Utah. Porter drives the length. Drexler. That won't good. Porter another chance. Misses. Goaltender.
A goaltender, that one through the bottom of the basket to knock it out. But anytime a team is going to get 3 and 4 opportunities, you're eventually going to get burned.
Maurice Lucas gets the basket. 7 unanswered points by Portland since the missed slam dunk. Foul, Caldwell Jones reaching it. The Knicks at Boston. Pete Van Weeren, Don Nelson, Steve and I will be in Los Angeles for the second game of the playoff doubleheader tomorrow. 4:50 left. First half. They look to Turpin.
When Turpin played here last time, he was 5 for 5. Misses his first chance tonight. Now here's the guy they want to get involved, and he finally makes the hoop. Vandeweghe.
His first point. Timeout, Utah. 9 straight points for Portland. This place is up for grabs. We'll be back.
Basketball team is often measured by the guys that come off the bench. Brad Auerbach is a guy that popularized the six man, but there are several six men that are plying their trade in the Midwest Division, and all of them up for grabs this year in terms of consideration. Tarpley has done the best job rebounding. Bailey and Benson perhaps a better job scoring, but all have been important to their teams.
Play about to resume here.
Bailey is keeping them close while Karl Malone tries to find his shooting touch. Tonight he's only missed a couple of shots and got 13 in the ball game. And we saw the graphic on Malone as we see that they've been outscored 9 in the last 2 minutes. Pressure by Portland.
4:18 left in the half. Malone posts up. Can they get him the ball? No. Illegal defense, Portland.
Lucas.
Illegal defense, Portland. First violation, warnings.
Boy, he has modeled some uniforms, hasn't he, Maurice Lucas? Both leagues. Another illegal defense.
No, this one is illegal offense. They tried an isolation, and they had everybody out high. They couldn't get away with it. They've got to drop at least one more man down below the free throw line.
Well, that's a new one for me. I haven't seen that one before.
Well, we put it in this year to take away the isolation, and you would probably only see it in a playoff situation first time tonight. That's going to be Caldwell Jones over the top. He got to the basketball, but whenever a player comes over the top, it's almost an automatic call, and will walk to the other end. Karl Malone will shoot free throws.
Well, illegal defense, illegal offense. Caldwell Jones has 3 fouls, all sorts of things going on. And the playoffs are just starting.
You see that final from Detroit, and it was a struggle for them at the Silverdome. They had to fight from the rear all night long. Chicago got a huge scare when Jordan went down, but he bounced back, and Dallas wins against Houston.
Malone has his 11th point. From the line, he's 5 out of 6.
Well, maybe he'll start shooting free throws in terms of jump shots and get his game going. He got 2.
3:45 left. Anybody's game. Portland by 4. Duckworth and Eaton bang away at one another in the pivot. Drexler over Kofu. Drexler has 10.
And they have been able to keep Drexler quiet. He's had some huge games against the Jazz as Stockton looks for some help.
It's all perimeter for Utah. Kofu knocked away out of bounds. Utah will have 5 seconds in which to shoot when they inbound. Good defense by Portland.
Portland is very active and aware of the basketball, and that's really helped them. But they would have liked to have that ball back because the Jazz had no idea how much time was left on the shot clock.
That time the official, Mike Mathis, inadvertently hit the ball as it was inbounded. They'll do it again.
Well, Kofu had a layup.
This time he has an offensive foul.
Bart has had a good run, and Frank Layden decides it's time to get Bob Hansen back in the ball game. He's going to have a conversation with him.
3:06 left in the first half. Duckworth. Drexler. Nope. Thurl Bailey had it locked up. on the deck and out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Utah. Nothing wrong with the effort for either of these teams tonight. Backcourt pressure. Bailey finds Eaton in the front court. Hansen against Drexler. Good pressure defense by Portland.
Well, when they play this way, that's when they create a lot of turnovers. That's when they run. That's when they're at their best. And they've kept the Jazz from getting the ball inside. Lucas knocks that one away.
Another 5 seconds on the shot clock is all Utah has to shoot.
And usually when you're in this situation, the ball is going to come up from the perimeter. That's going to keep your percentage down.
Bailey finds Stockton. He drew the foul. That was a good play by Stockton. He didn't have a shot, so he drew the foul from Porter.
It's amazing what a little fake will do. You know, guys will get airborne. They'll jump out of bounds. That ground ball makes you do funny things.
I saw a couple of your friends come in tonight with basketballs over their heads. What does all that mean?
Well, they hope they can bounce their way around the Coliseum tonight. Stockton gets 1 or 2.
2:25 left in the half. 51-46. Well, you see the score. Vanderway for 3. In and out. Malone the rebound. For Stockton, stolen by Porter. And he walked.
If Porter's had a problem all year, it would be in those situations where he had a shot, tried to get a little bit too cute, and turned the ball over.
Oh, I think Eaton really bothered him there. We enter the 2-minute period.
2 minutes left in the period.
Malone. Boy, he can't throw it in the ocean. Drexler leads a 3-on-2 to Vanderway. A foul on Stockton. Score the basket.
Vanderway has always been one of the best finishers in the NBA, and he gets out on the break. Drexler and Vanderway have kind of had that connection. They know where each other are at all times. Stockton trying to make the block, picks up the foul.
Vanderway, an 88% foul shooter, seeks his 5th point of the night.
Kersey, who was off to a blazing start, hasn't played at all in period number 2, and Portland has still been able to push their lead.
54-46 the score. Biggest lead of the night. Knocked away by Drexler. Stockton goes to the deck, but Porter has ahead to Drexler, foul Malone. The basket doesn't count. That's 3 on Karl Malone.
Well, it's frustration on Karl Malone, but he's had tremendous effort out there trying to do perhaps a little bit too much while he's trying to find his offensive game. Ivoroni's going to check into the ball game.
No, he isn't. He started to. We have...
It must have seen Hoosiers. You saw that movie?
That's right. Yeah.
And the guy said, wait, he's got foul trouble. He said, no, sit down.
Amazing. Craig Sager will have the halftime for you. Mike Fratello, I believe, will join in. The Atlanta Hawks coach. Drexler looks for his 12th. Utah calls a 20-second timeout. Portland's lead is their biggest of the night. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8:05, New York at Boston. 10:30, San Antonio at Los Angeles. We'll have both those games for you, and we're going to have could have as many as 28 playoff games on CBS in the next month. We hope you'll stay with us, because as hectic as the action is now, as things go along and tighten up, it gets even more wild and woolly. So we're going to have a lot of fun. San Antonio in desperate straits there. That would be a huge upset if they can win. The Utah-Portland thing, who knows? Likewise, Seattle-Denver. Likewise, Houston-Dallas, though Houston finished the season at sort of a low ebb. But this is their chance to resurrect their year. Stockton with the inbounds pass as we go back to work. 10 on the shot clock. Good defense by Portland.
Now Bailey was looking around. They wanted to find Karl Malone. They now come back to Eaton.
Lucas the rebound. Portland's defense has been the story here lately. And there's nothing wrong with their offense either. That was Porter. It's a 12-point game. 58-46, less than a minute. Bailey finger roll short. Eaton kept it alive. Bailey again. Bailey with 15 off the bench. Off the bench, Utah leads 22-11, but where it counts, it's 58-48 Portland.
Well, they double on Porter. Let's see if Portland attacks the pressure.
Duckworth slapped away beautifully by Malone. It went off Duckworth. Utah gets it back and charges up the floor. Stockton, coast to coast, won't go. Drexler, Porter, went right by it. 60-48.
Stockton made the right play, and it just turned out into a fast break for Portland with Drexler and Porter going the other way. Jazz will hold for the last shot.
They have all that time. Bailey. And the half is over. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, it was all Portland. At halftime, your score. Portland 60, Utah 48. Craig Sager, Mike Fitz. What's happening to Utah?
What a thing to say to all our jump shooters.
Well, you know, for a change, I'm right. Duckworth wheels and deals. Won't go. Rebound. Tipped out of bounds by Malone. He's having one of those nights.
He tried to catch the ball and couldn't control it. Slapped it and went on the line. Portland gets it back. A new 24. Porter.
Malone the rebound. Stockton. Malone. That's a glimmer of hope for Utah when he hits the jumper. He has 14. It's 63-52.
The play that's worked so well for Drexler and the Trailblazers against the Utah Jazz, starting him away from the ball, bringing him around the big screen by Kevin Duckworth, which gets bigger because he's going around Mark Eaton as well. So you got two wide bodies. He loses his man, and he's right at the basket.
Malone, by the way, is 5 out of 14 from the field. We're in Portland. Steve Jones, Skip Carey with you. NBA playoff action, third quarter, 9:04. Now 64-52 Portland. That's your basic seam set. 16-4. Drexler, 65-52.
They pressure in the backcourt just to slow John Stockton down.
Stockton winds up on the deck, no whistle. Malone misses. Drexler the rebound. Porter. Caldwell Jones with him. Duckworth the trailer. Left it short. They battle for the rebound. Duckworth gets it back. Shoots the jumper. That's short. Next rebound, Stockton. But Porter is back there waiting for it. Thurl Bailey.
Boy,
he is keeping him in the game.
He could drive that jump hook home, and he is really doing a job tonight. 4 in the period. 19 on the night.
One of Jimmy Valvano's men from North Carolina State. 8:15 left third quarter.
Portland for the first time down to 5 on the shot clock.
For 3, Porter in and out. Bailey the rebound. Tofu up the floor. Malone, good look. Tofu, what a by Jerome Kersey. 3-on-1. Drexler shoots 2. Stockton's third foul.
Above the basket is where Kersey plays, and when he gets a step, he makes those kinds of plays that generates the fast break for Portland, and Drexler's trying to swoop. Stockton won't let him.
Drexler shoots 2. And right now, Portland just inexorably pulling away. 67-54. 7:45 left third quarter. In and out. There's Eaton. And he's fouled. Duckworth was there. Second on Duckworth. I'll tell you what, if Duckworth improves again as much in the next offseason as he did in the last, he is going to be awesome.
Well, that's scary when a guy can make that big a jump, but I think, again, the key to it is not only the work he put in, but the natural skills and desire to be a great player. Malone has not had many chances to work by himself tonight. Doesn't get it thin. Stockton for 3.
Stockton now with 9 points. His first field goal since the first quarter. Utah only has 23 field goals, and Thurl Bailey has 9 of those. Kersey hangs in the air. The magic is missing for him as they battle for the rebound and foul against Portland. Drexler picks up his third. Portland's got some players from some sort of unusual schools, not the basketball powerhouses. Traveling is going to be the foul on Malone. Timeout is called here by Portland with 6:48 left. The Trailblazers enjoy a 10-point third quarter lead, and we shall return. Oh, 67-57. Thank goodness we were talking about what we were talking about. 6:48 remaining in the third quarter. Portland is yet to score a field goal in this quarter, yet they've lost only 2 points off their halftime lead. As you look at Sam Bowie, the erstwhile Portland center, what's the latest on him? The latest I heard was pretty good again, but you really have to wonder.
Well, actually, tremendous progress for Sam Bowie. They put a plate in his leg, and it's really stabilized the problem that he has had, and it appears that he will be able to play. They don't know exactly when he'll be ready to play, but Portland's future in terms of size looks very good.
6:48 left third quarter. Frank Layden looks on as Terry Porter walks it up the floor. Maurice Lucas. Porter again. Jerome Kersey against Bailey. Caldwell Jones jump shot. Another County heard from his first basket of the night. And the first field goal, it took them 5.5 minutes to register it. Yet they still lead by 12. Bailey. Great block, Kersey.
So Bailey said, "Why does my head hurt, ref?"
I know what happened to him. He got it. He hit across his glasses and jammed them right into the bridge of your nose. Boy, that hurts.
7 on the shot clock.
It's been that way all night for Utah. Stockton forces it up, misses it, shoots 2. Caldwell Jones is called for the foul.
Well, Jones is trying to figure out how he can get some life to stay in this ball game. That is his 4th personal foul, and all of the fouls have been of the brush variety tonight. He will take a seat. Duckworth will re-enter the ball game for Portland.
Stockton shoots 2. Duckworth back in.
So if you were the Utah Jazz, would you go for that trade-off?
No. Wouldn't be too thrilled. Stockton with 11, 69-59. 6 minutes left. Now Utah gets a little more aggressive defensively, goes to a trap.
Well, what Portland has got to do and what most teams don't do is attack the press. They come with pressure.
Not only did they attack it, Steve, they destroyed it. 71-59. Drexler has 28 in the corner.
Pressure is designed to make you panic. Most teams do for some unknown reason.
Mark Eaton, it's 5 on the shot clock again. 3, 2, 1. Good if it goes. No, it expired before the shot.
You would think Layton was out of weight from the expression on his face. It hasn't changed. Bob Hanson's going to get in the game. They're looking for Drexler at the basket.
Kofu prevented the layup. That's the third 24-second violation for Utah, which symbolizes the good Portland defense tonight.
That is a tough matchup for any guard that the Utah Jazz throw out on the floor, because Drexler, who once played forward with the great leaping ability, gets in down low, and he's got the ability to also dream up some shots right at the basket. He's working on 10 points in the period.
And he's 12 out of 12 from the line tonight, and has 22 overall. 73-59. Bailey is fouled by Drexler.
Now that's a hustle play for the Utah Jazz, as the Portland Trailblazers made a deflection and it looked like the ball was going to pop their way. It landed in the hands, as you'll see right there, popped right back to Malone. He cocks the hammer. Oh, it's just not his night, because normally those go down. Bailey comes back. Drexler flies in and picks up the personal foul. That is 4 on Drexler. So that is key. Now can the Utah Jazz find someone to attack Drexler and pick up that 5th and put him down?
Bailey has 20 off the bench. Terry Porter at the other end. 73-60. Jerome Kersey on his lead. Kersey with 18. 75-60. Portland. Bailey. Malone knocked away. Porter with the steal. What a night he's had. He has really played well. It won't show up in the stats, but he's been a big cog for Portland tonight.
Drexler's begging for the ball. Let's see if that brings a double team and an easy shot for Porter.
Duckworth set a pick, and they are really cooking that up. Timeout, Utah. 4:16 left, third quarter. 77-60, Portland's biggest lead. Looks like Bob Wussler. Here are tonight's Honda leaders, brought to you by Honda, makers of CRX, Civic, Accord, and Prelude. Test drive one at your local Honda dealer today. And there are your leaders.
Well, Eaton has won the block shot championship again, and that's 4 out of the last 5 years. They have not had many blocks from him tonight. One block shot. Ricky Green is in the ball game, as Portland has made a real tough time for the darting John Stockton, ceasing in for Clyde Drexler.
Earl Bailey against Kersey. Boy, there's two tough athletes. Eaton back to Bailey. He gets rattled, but he gets the hoop. He paid for that one. He's got 22.
I know you haven't seen Bailey play much this year, but you might even be influenced to vote for him for 6 man.
Boy, he's a good-looking player.
Block. Bailey.
Pass. Bailey to Hansen. Green, good pass to Turpin, and he gets the lead.
Now, the thing that Portland cannot do with Malone down and Stockton down is get careless at the defensive end and allow the Jazz team to work their way back.
3:25 left. Third quarter. Maurice Lucas fumbles it away. Duckworth walks. Eaton fourth left. I mentioned some of the unusual schools for Portland. Richard Anderson from Cal, Santa Barbara. Duckworth from Eastern Illinois. Lester Fonville from Jackson State. Caldwell Jones, Albany State. Jerome Kersey, Longwood, Virginia College. Porter, Wisconsin, Stevens Point.
So they don't shop at the major market. Lucas on the drive.
He was fouled by Turpin. He'll shoot two. This program authorized under rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association. I started to say Atlanta Baseball Club. That wouldn't be right. The written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
You get 2 tries.
Need at least. First tries again.
Well, Lucas would love to be able to call yesteryear back today. Bounces the second free throw away.
He's got some educated elbows, boys. A tough play. Kersey overplayed, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Bailey, who is shocked by the call.
Now, Bailey has been the guy that has kept them close right now, and they've been working through him that time trying to hold his position. He got caught.
Frank Clayton burst into laughter after that call, but I don't think he was really amused.
Look how much room Eaton has given Duckworth, and he's got to be able to move up and make a play for Portland.
Travel on Green, and just like that, they can go up by 18. I'm not trying to, I am trying to influence your vote, but consider Terry Porter for the player of the game. Boy, he has done a whale of a job.
All year long, you've left me alone. Well, we get into the playoffs, and now you want to influence my vote.
I just interjected a thought, that's all. It's still your responsibility. Boy, you sensitive. Green crashes into Porter, no whistle. Duckworth outruns everybody for the ball. Boy, what an athlete he is. Kersey sails by.
One of those now you see it, now you don't. I'm here, Mark Eaton, and he slid the other way and laid it in.
Biggest lead is 18, 82-64. Hansen, double team, stolen away, Seasting. Porter, oh, what a pass he made, but the foul on Green. And Portland is putting on a most impressive show before their home fans tonight. And they're doing it with defense.
And they're doing it with hustle as the big fella scrambles out and beat Bob Hansen to the ball. Leaves it for Jerome Kersey. Now watch Kersey right here. No way, Mark Eaton. Are you going to get a chance to block that? Just slid the other way. Now see, that's what athletic ability will do for you. It'll make you change directions on a dime.
It won't make you mad if I say that's 15 for Terry Porter, will it? I don't know. You're so sensitive. And he shut down John Stockton for the most part, too. That's a pretty good night's work. 16 for Porter. 84-64.
Now, you know, with Ricky Green, you get a chance to see the difference between foot speed and quickness, and Stockton has a lot of quickness, Ricky Green has a lot of foot speed.
Hansen drills one, trying to bring some order back into this game. That's only his second hoop. I think he made their first basket and hasn't been heard from until right now, with 1:15 left third quarter. Kersey. Portland may be sending out a little message. They look terrific tonight.
when they play this way, they feel they can play with anybody in the NBA. Eaton is short with that. Bailey rebound.
24 for Bailey, 9 in the quarter. He has been their attack. They have the 3 men in double figures. Bailey with 14, with 24, Malone with 14, Stockton with 11. Offensive foul, Lucas. Maurice cops a plea, but
you know what he's saying? Kids, we go back to the ABA. You know, that has always been my move.
And you were wrong then, too.
Porter's out of the ball game. Michael Holton in.
Hanson very nearly walked. Bailey is fouled. Kersey. His second.
Didn't we see this before? Ivoroni went to the scorer's table. He never got in. This time he's going to make it in. Going to get Bob Hanson. No.
Mel Turbin.
Mel Turbin.
Kiki Vandeweghe about to get back into the game for Portland. 20 seconds left. Bailey shoots 2.
Well, with Kersey being all over the place, and normally that gets him in some sort of foul trouble, he's been remarkably clean tonight. He only has 2. Lucas out of the ball game. Kiki Vandeweghe in.
Bailey 1 out of 2. And Portland will play for the last shot. Michael crosses the line.
Wait!
They have all the time remaining. Holton penetrates. That's not the shot they wanted.
Now they're going to say Kersey stepped on the line, but he showed you his desire to stay after the ball. He went up the first time, thought he had a dunk on the miss, came down real quick, back up. Jazz looking for a home run.
Good job. Will they call goaltending? Yes. It's a 3-point play and a goaltend. Well, that might breathe a little life into the Utah Jazz. We have 12 minutes of play remaining. It's 86-72. Well, let's take a look at the final play of the
seconds left. You'll see that Bob Hanson is inside the 3-point line when he releases the ball. Duckworth, in his zeal to do the right thing, goes up, and it turns out to be the wrong thing. Worse yet, it turns into a 3-point shot.
Tomorrow night, Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird, Pete Van Weert, Don Nelson, and a bunch of other folks will be in the Boston Garden for Game 1 of that series. Alvin Robertson, Magic Johnson, the Laker girls, Steve Jones, and Skip Carey will be in the Forum for Game 2. And we go to the final 12 minutes. 86-72.
Some substitution. Stockton's back in with Karl Malone. Drexler's back in with Caldwell Jones.
Malone, boy, a tough night for him. He will be a tiger in Game 2 of this series.
Either that or this will always be a series he remembers. Caldwell Jones picks up the loose ball.
11:35 left in the game. Caldwell. He's got 5, and that betters his average. But they don't pay him to score. He does the other things. Rebounds, plays defense. Passes the ball. Stockton forces his way in, scores it.
It's one of the few times that Stockton has been able to get into the middle off of the set offense, and that's one of his favorite shots. Looks awkward, but he gets the job done. Pressure Stockton.
Holton on the dribble. Duckworth beats Eaton, misses the shot, gets it back.
Well, they're going to say the ball didn't hit anything, so it's a pass to himself.
Yeah, which you can't do. Utah has it back. 88-74 our score. 10:45 left in the game. Drexler the rebound.
That is called snatch and clean. I don't know what they call it in weightlifting, but Drexler snatched that one clean, and now Portland has a chance to work offensively.
He has that knack of getting open. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he always gets open. Hansen. Bailey. 90-74. Biggest lead has been 20. Bailey, he has been marvelous.
If you're going to attack, you may as well stay with the hot hand, and that has been Thurl Bailey, and he has driven that jump hook home all night long.
Michael Holton against John Stockton. Vandeweghe gets the double team. Holton from 19, nowhere near, eating the rebound. Hansen ahead to Stockton, 90-76. Malone blocked away. Drexler the rebound.
The guy that usually will break a break in that situation is Eaton. He was standing right in the middle. Duckworth trying to work on his own. They get John Stockton reaching in for the personal foul.
There's almost no way that John Stockton could foul Kevin Duckworth, but Kevin Duckworth would notice.
Are you telling me that's that ant-elephant situation?
More or less, yeah. Vandeweghe up top against Bailey.
Trying to find Drexler inside. Tough shot. Drexler rebound.
And they start over. Well, now I'll try my jump shot. That's better. Drexler has 24.
Again, you see the quick leaping, and that's what gets him in the basket. Hansen for 3.
And he got it. His second, he's got 10. 92-79. A 13-point game isn't over yet.
Again, where Portland has been able to do it is with real good defensive pressure. They've gotten a lot of second shots here in the fourth period of play. Know who that pass was aimed for, but Bob Hansen's going to end up with an easy 2.
They're back in the ball game. Hansen has 12. 92-81. It was 84-64. So a 17-8 run for Utah.
Utah with some defensive pressure has really helped that happen.
Duckworth fakes, fires. Air ball. Caldwell Jones. Kiki Vandeweghe. Got it. They go to work on the offensive glass. 94-81 with 8:05. Steve Jones, Skip Carey with you.
To see if Portland can keep up their defensive intensity. Now they've gone to the bench. Theo Porter. Now you're going to tell me he's got 2 more points, right?
I wouldn't dare bring it up. But he's had a heck of a game. 7:53 left. 96-81. Portland.
Well, that's a look at the future. He's part of the Trailblazer past, Jeff Petrie, but he is the shooting coach of the Portland Trailblazers and responsible for the outside improvement of not only Clyde Drexler, but Jerome Kersey as well. And you see the retired jersey, or the number of Jeff Petrie hangs in the rafters here at Memorial Coliseum.
And play about to resume with 7:53 left in the ball game.
Drexler has been a thorn in the side of the Utah Jazz the entire season and continues to stick them. He's got a solid ball game going tonight, but you continue to work in favor of Terry Porter. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists for Drexler, working on a triple-double.
Just trying to make the point that scoring is very important, but it is not the whole game in the NBA. But I know you know that, and we'll keep it in mind. Hansen, Stockton.
That's the runner, and that's the shot that Stockton can make. It looks like he's going to be stuck in the air looking for someone to pass. He gets that one off the glass.
I guess he developed that shot because he's
so small
stature.
And they want to make him guard somebody, and so Porter's going to work in a 2-man game. Vandeweghe.
Foul on
Duckworth is saying, Brett, don't you understand the difference between hold and being held? He's holding me.
96-83 with 7:10. Hansen posts up. They can't get him the ball. He's played by Drexler. Porter shadows Stockton. Foul. Vandeweghe reaching it. Several times it looked like Portland was going to finish him off, but they haven't been able to do so yet.
Well, the Jazz have done one thing very well this year, and that's stay in ball games. In past years here at the Coliseum, they would have been blown out at this point, and they still have a chance.
Just won't go for it. Foul Malone. Dennis, what's his shooting percentage? 5 out of 20.
Well, it's one of those nights when you're trying so hard, and what he really needs to do is relax and let the game come to him, and you just can't let yourself do that. Looking for Drexler against Hansen.
It's hard to criticize a guy for trying too hard. Vandeweghe has 11.
You can't let him stand out there and just pop all night long, because he definitely will get the stroke going.
Stockton, Malone, Hansen.
Notice the defensive rotation. They come back to Bailey, and he has been the heart and soul of their offense tonight.
29 points for it.
Duckworth wants it.
He got it.
There's no way.
That's 4 on Eaton.
And again, it tells you the size of Eaton. Duckworth's a big guy, 280 himself. This guy 290, but massive inside, just slapped him away.
Terry Porter handles it up top. Vandeweghe, not this time. Rebound Stockton. Porter is there waiting for it. Stockton blows by him. He'll shoot 2. The foul will be on Porter.
Second personal foul, Terry Porter. Third
His second. In the other game, Chicago beat Cleveland 104-93. You saw that one here with Bob Nail, Rick Barry. Detroit over Washington 96-87. Detroit was held to 38 points in the first half, but they rallied to win. And Dallas beat Houston 121-10. Stockton now with 17. 5:42 left in the game. There's your score. Utah is still alive. Drexler changed it. Duckworth gets bumped. Porter steals it from Vandeweghe. Things a little confused at the moment. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Hansen. And Portland will have it all over again with a new 24-second clock.
You know what officials always tell players? If you attack the basket, there's a good chance you'll get to the line. Porter attacked, and Kersey said no.
Not tonight, Josephine. Vandeweghe crashes into Eaton. That's an offensive foul. The crowd boos, but there wasn't much doubt about that one.
Well, there's one thing about Eaton. He's not going to be able to move very quickly side to side, and once he's planted, if you come into him, the officials are going to say, hey, there's no way he created the contact. Portland in a bad stretch right now, and they need to tighten up defensively.
They keep Eaton up top. The ball is knocked away. Still belongs to Portland. They had Eaton out near the mid-court line to open up the middle. Utah has not been as close as 9 points in this half, and they have a chance to get there right now. That's deflected away and out of bounds off Jesse Kersey.
Shot clock is at 7.
5:07 left in the regulation. Stockton tries to force his way in, stepped on the line. The ball goes back to Portland. That's 20 turnovers for Utah. 13 for Portland. Stockton almost scored. Porter. Terry Porter has 20 points too, Steve. 187 with 4:35 left.
Is this a caucus? Do these count?
I just point things out. Malone off balance, no way. Found the way of the rebound. Bailey, by the way, with his 29 points, that's a new playoff scoring high for him. Oh, he has had a great night. But it looks like in a losing cause.
Drexler scoops inside, can't get it, gets his own follow, gets a third chance. That one goes in.
He caught his own pass that time, but no whistle. Timeout is called. And Frank Layden and his assistant Jerry Sloan fit to be timed. We'll be back. Tonight's Polaroid Picture Perfect Play is brought to you by Polaroid Spectra System. Hold the picture in your hand while the feeling is still in your heart.
There's nothing better than when two players connect and it results in an exciting play. The crowd was off their feet with the catch and throw by Clyde Drexler. And that, if that isn't picture perfect, it doesn't get any prettier than that.
3:58 left in the game. 102-87 the score. Portland was down. I think the score was 43-40, and then we're outscored 20-5. After Malone missed a dunk, we're not trying to point the finger at him, but he has had an awful night. He's 5 out of 20.
Well, he's had an ugly night. You know, when that happens, he has played so well that at the end of the season with tremendous ball games, rebounding and scoring, he was due for a breakdown. You hate to have it come in your first playoff game away from home. They were back to Baylor.
Boy, he has been amazing. He has 31. His regular season high for the year, 41. 3:35 left in the game. Porter against Stockton. Drexler on top. Well, good pass. Kersey, 18-footer. They've made their jump shots, too. They've just had a heck of a night. That was Porter's 11th assist of the game. 3:20 left, 104-89.
If either one of those guys running for president can do as well as you, we'll see something happen in November.
I may announce yet. I haven't decided. Bailey again, not this time. Malone.
One of the few offensive rebounds and putback for Malone.
It's only his second basket of the second half.
Pressure by the Jazz. That one's almost out of here. And what you want to do in this situation is attack the basket. Here comes Drexler with an outside jumper.
Rebound. Malone got it away nicely to Stockton. They keep battling. Bailey again. Not this time. Duckworth the rebound. Porter with it now. 2.5 minutes. Kersey against Eaton. What a shot. That was a little picture perfect too. What a play by Kersey. He's 13 out of 18 from the field. Could think about him for player of the game too. We'll be back. There's your score, 106-91. A reminder that following the game, stay tuned to Superstation TBS for the best entertainment. Following our game tonight, Paul Newman stars in Hood. That's the flick coming up following the ball game. And then tomorrow night at 8:05, New York at Boston. Pete Van Wieren and Don Nelson will have it for you. And then that's at 8:05 Eastern. At 10:30 or thereabouts, we'll have the Spurs of San Antonio at Los Angeles. Steve and I will be down in La La Land for that one. You read Pat Riley's new book?
Showtime.
I just started it. Haven't gotten finished it.
Well, one of the things you'll underline about Showtime is that he believes in small and quick. And small and quick certainly has given big and slow some trouble tonight as you look at what's happened. The Trailblazers continue to apply pressure on John Stockton.
Bailey in some trouble, knocked away out of bounds. That's right there in microcosm is the story of the game, the aggressive defense by Portland. Or one of the stories of the game.
And really, that is the key. And a lot of times they talk about physical, but if you're aggressive, that takes care of all of the physical play, and that makes it easier for you to score. Now, Porter held that one up, and they call a timeout, and I'm not sure why. They've got the momentum. They probably should have cashed in the easy two. I would have taken easy too.
6 out of 22 for Karl Malone tonight. And if you're Utah fans and you think we're being hard on him, honestly, we're not. He's a fine player, but he's a big cog in the Utah offense, and it hasn't been there tonight. And that's one of the reasons they trail by 15 with 2:04 left. It's almost. I mean, I have enough trouble doing this job without trying to coach, but why would you call a timeout with a 15-point lead anyway with 2 minutes left?
Well, like I said, Porter had the ball. They had a player free. The natural instinct is to take it easy, too. Perhaps he wanted to tell his team and try to keep them aware of what the Utah Jazz might try to do defensively. Now, Portland, in the last ball game that they played here, was down by 13 with 1:58 to go, and they ended up pressing and turning the game around. They outscored them 10-0 to get within 3 and had a shot of getting within 1. And I'm sure he wants to make sure that his players are aware that the Jazz may try.
It's either that or he wanted to let this yo-yo in the painter's pants come out on the floor and act silly again. 106-91 is our score. As I just mentioned, Boston, New York, 8:05, San Antonio, LA at 10:30 tomorrow night. There's an old saying at CBS, you can't promote too much, but we're really stretching that one tonight.
Well, I think they're ahead for a lot of excitement. We have seen an exciting contest here, which is indicative of the playoffs. The Utah Jazz finally broke down offensively, and that's what's got them in the big hole. The Trailblazers were able to keep up the good defensive pressure and as well shoot the ball, and that has been the key.
You know, it's really amazing. 11 years of capacity crowds. Well, that's really something.
They have been fortunate.
And they do a bang-up job, I understand, on the pay cable, or what is it, in a theater here, Stephen?
No, it's on cable now.
It used to be in a theater.
It used to be closed circuit. That was right in the heyday of the championship and Blazer Mania, and they're trying to bring that all back. They actually really sincerely believe that if they get out of this first round, they have an excellent chance to get to the championship.
Well, they've done nothing tonight to think ill of them, that's for sure.
Stockton is the only one pressuring, and that's a bad feeling when
that's a travel on Duckworth.
Duckworth was waiting for Eaton to catch up so he could get the three-point play, and Mark wouldn't come. Eaton is still hobbled from the fall that he took in the first half.
He's hurt.
When in doubt, find Thurl Bailey and see if he can get something done. Stockton for 3.
And he drills it.
9 points in the period for Stockton. He's starting to heat up.
He's got 20 in the game. Porter might be running a little low on gas. Boy, he has played his heart out at both ends.
What you got to do is continue to attack as they come inside the Duckworth.
And there's a foul on a 2-shot opportunity with 1:23 left.
The question you always ask of a little guy, when was the last time you blocked a shot? Now you're in there trying to make a play against a big 7-footer, and he picks up the foul. That is Stockton's 5th.
$12 for Duckworth. $1:20 left in our game. Bailey, not this time. Terry Porter with play instructions as he walks it up the floor. You see the time remaining in the game. Utah cannot win the game. Portland could lose it. Good block by Eaton, his second of the night. Hansen was spotting up for a 3-point shot.
Well, Rock and Bob Wade get in the ball game. They both have the ability to shoot the ball deep out on the floor, so it'll also be their first playoff appearances. Yes, read the program.
Scott Roth from Wisconsin, Eddie Hughes from Colorado State. In case you didn't know that, Steve. 45 seconds left. It's 108-94.
Frank Layden has cut Bob Wade several times, and he told him to go get a job, and then they needed a player, and he took him out, did his job, and brought him back. He didn't want him to be a basketball junkie, but certainly he's gotten a chance to play in the NBA. Duckworth again.
Knocked away. There's the steal. Roth on his way. Let's go. goaltender. Score the goal. 108-96, but only 21 seconds left.
You know, Portland is just going to hold the basketball and get out of here with the first win of the series and have a 1-0 advantage.
So Portland will draw first blood. It's over. 108-96, the final. Craig Sager standing by in Atlanta. We'll be back.
Tonight's NBA playoff game has been brought to you by Miller Lite. For great taste, there is only one light beer. And by Honda, who invites you to experience the all-new Accord Coupe at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, Craig Sager here, back at Playoff Central. Chicago's Michael Jordan won his second NBA scoring title this year, averaging 35 points per game. So far in the playoffs, he's averaging 50. But the shot that got most of the attention tonight was one that did not go in. Jordan had a great first half. He was rocking, had 29 points at intermission. Came back in the second half. Here is the play. Charles Oakley with a long pass to Michael Jordan. That's Craig Elo defending, but Jordan comes down wrong on his knee. Hyperextended, it appears to be the diagnosis. He went down, was in terrific pain for a while, but he was able to get up and was able to finish the game, and he finished it in style, scoring 50 points and leading the Bulls to a 104-93 win over Cleveland in Game 1 of their series. Elsewhere, Washington, Detroit with a terrible first half. They had just 38 points at intermission. But then in the second half, Isaiah Thomas to Joe Dumars, back to Isaiah for the basket. Isaiah had 34, 26 of those came after intermission. And Detroit takes Game 1 of their series 96-87. Houston and Dallas, the eyes of Texas on this one. Rodney McCray knocks the pass away. Sleepy Floyd gets it. Roy Tarpley dives for it. Mark Aguirre to James Donaldson. That's pretty well the way it went for Houston. Nothing went their way. They got blown out at the end, 120-110. 8 players in double figures for Dallas, as you see right there. Tarpley had 24, Donaldson 18. Akeem Olajuwon 34 points and a losing cause. A doubleheader again tomorrow night in the opening game. New York at Boston. Game time 8:05. Followed by the Lakers, who try to sweep an opening round opponent for the 5th straight year. All of highlights of the final 2 playoff series, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Seattle, Denver. I'll see you tomorrow night. Well, let's go back to Skip Carey and Steve Jones to see who their player of the game is.
Oh, we're in the paint. 108-96 Portland, that's the final, and I commend Steve on his choice of tonight's Miller Lite player of the game. Terry Porter, who had 20 points, 11 assists, and held the all-time leader in a season for assists in the NBA, John Stockton, to 10 below his average, 9 assists. On behalf of Miller Lite, Turner Broadcasting is proud to donate $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in his name. For our TBS crew and Steve Jones, Skip Carey from the Glass Palace in Portland. 108-96, the final. Paul Newman stars in HUD. That's the movie that comes along next. We'll see you tomorrow night from Los Angeles. So long, everybody.